Hi, I'm Bob Poole. Welcome to Stories from Around the Water Cooler. It's my new video blog, and this is the premiere #1 edition live broadcast here today on December 8th, 2009, which is hard to believe that it's already the end of the year. What will the blog be about? Well, it's not going to replace my written blog, which is poolswatercooler.com. It's actually going to be in addition to that. So at least once a week, we're going to put a video together and talk about some of the same things we talk about on the blog, which is sales and marketing, leadership, and creativity. However, I'm also going to do interviews. I'll have my little flip video that I can take with me and do some videos around the country or wherever I am. Next month, I'm going up to New York City, and I'm going to be with some people who are at a Seth Godin event, and they will, I'm sure, be on the video. So we're doing things like that. Also, if you'd like to send in a video, something of your own that you do in your office or home or just on the street, just let me know, and we'll take a look at it, okay? Try to keep it under 5 minutes if you can. So that's the video story. And besides me, we have some guests here in the office. Right now we have Max the Wonder Dog, who is sleeping on the floor on my right side. And Sam Buka, we call him Buka for short, he's actually right behind me there, also sleeping. So I think we're going to let sleeping dogs lie right now, and you may hear them because all they have to do is hear something like a squirrel noise or something, and they'll be barking and jumping around. There's also a singing gopher in the corner. We have a couple of gnomes behind me that I liberated from my garden yesterday. I don't think gnomes should spend the whole winter outside. And the corporate seal, who has a home over on the other side of the office here, will be in to see us sometime down the road. So by January, we should have a specific date and time that we have these on every week, and then of course they'll be archived on YouTube. Okay. So let's talk about, speaking of YouTube and tubes, let's talk a little bit about television and holiday advertising. It's driving me crazy, and I know it's driving a lot of you crazy too. It starts earlier and earlier every year. Literally, someone told me they saw something after the 4th of July, which was hard to believe, but not really, I guess. But definitely by Halloween, the stores and the commercials are hitting. It's taking all the fun out of it, all the joy out of it. I just don't get it. If what's going to make the holidays is us buying a lot of stuff, or if that's going to, save our economy, we've got a real problem. So I really hate it. You can probably tell. Also, the other thing that I'm noticing is commercials are getting pushier and pushier. Excuse me. I always hated the Lexus commercials, where they, the big red bow on top of the car, where it was like, buy your child a Lexus for Christmas. They're ostentatious. I think they're in bad taste, and every year they keep bringing them back. And now BMW and Audi are also putting them out to compete with the bad Lexus commercials. How about you? Do you ever go out and when you don't need a car? I can understand if you have to buy a car and you need a car, you buy it around Christmas time or December, fine. I talked to a lady today who was going to buy a car because hers, died, she said. But do you ever go out and say, oh, I think I'm going to buy my husband and wife a car for Christmas? I wouldn't want a car for Christmas, for one thing, or anything. Buy my own car. I just don't get it. So that's my rant about commercials. On the good side of the television equation, if you get a chance, go watch the HBO Rock and Roll Hall of Fame special that's on right now. It's 4 hours long, so I DVR'd it so I could break it down and watch it in two nights. It's unbelievable when you see the artists that are all on stage together for 4 hours, as you can imagine. So it was fantastic. Simon and Garfunkel were up there and doing some songs, and Mick Jagger and Fergie and Jerry Lee Lewis started off, and some of the doo-wop bands. It goes on and on and on. I was blown away by some of the singers that they've been doing this for 40 years, and they're just as good now as they were back then. A couple of them even sounded better. So Aretha, was fantastic. The bands that were there, just go watch it. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's well worth spending 4 hours doing. especially if it snows like it's going to snow here. Supposedly we've got storms all over the Midwest and coming east right now, so it'll be a good time just to lock yourself in the house and watch that. Last thing today, if you're thinking about processing credit cards, you need a merchant account, or you need some way of processing those. You just, you can look online, just Google it and see there are different ways out there. I know there are companies that'll do it through the internet. You can actually set up shopping carts. They'll set up a cart for you. You can do it that way. I think there's a half a dozen ways of doing it right now. The old way used to be, and still a lot of people use because they just don't know what else to do, is you go to your bank, a major bank, and you say, I want to, process credit cards, and then they have a contract with someone, usually First Data, to do the processing, and there's other pieces of the puzzle in there for, trusted third party, type of stuff that you don't have to worry about. But stay away, my opinion. I'd stay away from right now anything that has to do with leases, long-term leases, especially with First Data. They've never been very good in their customer service is poor. Just go online and Google them. You'll see what I mean by that. But I wouldn't sign anything that is a long-term lease because it's changing too fast right now. This whole merchant account processing cards things is changing very quickly, and the banks are scrambling, competing with each other. You got MasterCard and Visa, competing with each other. American Express, I think, just came out with a card today for teenagers or something. I would hold off doing anything crazy about credit cards. If you need to process them, do it, but do it on a month-to-month basis. So, and I know that there's one company for sure that does that because I use them for one of my businesses. So that's about it. We're going to have a special for my book. If you don't have it, there you go. Listen first, sell later. We're going to be having a special one-day promotion coming up very soon. I'll let you know about it. If you go ahead and buy the book now, when I say it's a one-day promotion, go ahead and buy it. If you buy it today or whenever and you think you might want it, go ahead and do it and keep the receipt, okay? Buy it through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, whoever you buy your books through, and just keep the receipt online, and I'll let you know what to do with it because it's going to be worth something to you, okay? So that's coming up, and we're gonna have some fun and announce that very quickly. So that's it for today. Thank you very much, and I'll look forward to talking to you next week, okay? Take care. Bye.